Lara, the government's made a lot about resetting its relationship with the Aboriginal community in Tasmania. Is this their chance to step up and show that they're serious?
This is an absolutely devastating decision by the federal Liberal government to remove this money from the Aboriginal Legal Service. And this is really the first test of Will Hodgman's leadership when it comes to working with the Aboriginal community. He must now step up to the mark, talk to the federal government, both the Prime Minister and also the Attorney General, to have this decision overturned.
Has the precedent been set, I guess, that the state government was very quick with the General Growth Centre to blame the feds and then come in with a bag of cash? I guess, has that precedent been set now that there is really no excuse?
Well, we've seen umpteen backflips from the Prime Minister, Tony Abbott, whenever he's felt there's votes threatened. Now, I believe that there are votes threatened over this, that this isn't just an Aboriginal community issue. This is an issue that will really concern many Tasmanians across the entire state. This is a service that's been running for around 40 years, catering for the Tasmanian Aboriginal community. It has lawyers who are extremely experienced, who know our court system, who have contacts within our police service, who can work with our system in the best interests of the client, but more importantly from a wider Tasmanian community in the best interests of the justice system as a whole. We're going to have here a Victorian legal service come into Tasmania and have to begin from the very beginning of learning about our system, who the contacts are. But what concerns me is the Tasmanian Aboriginal community and their clients will not use that service. That will see harm done to individuals in this community.
In your time as Premier, were you aware of any non-compliance issues that have been alleged at the centre?
No, I wasn't. But the fact here is you don't just pull money, you don't pull $2 million or more out of a service without sitting down face to face with people and working through any compliance issues that there may well be. Compliance issues are just an excuse here. This is an attack. This is an attack on the Tasmanian Aboriginal Centre, which is a political body, which of course has been very political and caused all governments some interest and headaches over its time, but that's what it should do. It is an advocacy group for its community. And what we're seeing here is Tony Abbott trying to muzzle this community by removing funding to its Aboriginal Legal Service, a fundamental part of what the TAC provides for the Aboriginal community.
Can you explain more what you think the ramifications will be for the Aboriginal community in society?
Well, first off, if we have Aboriginal people without legal representation in the courts, you will see more Aboriginal people incarcerated, prison numbers going up, and of course that's the last thing we want. We don't want it for the benefit of the client or indeed the community as a whole, and we certainly don't want it in terms of the increased costs on the judicial system either. Everybody has the right to legal representation, and the people here in the Tasmanian Aboriginal community have the right to their own legal representation by Tasmanian Aboriginal lawyers or those that they choose to use in our Tasmanian lawyer system.
Thank you.